Hello, 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 aloha. Mic check. Are we there? We there? We are live. We are live. What's happening? Crypto fam, happy Monday. Good evening and welcome to Love for Crypto. I'm Scott. It's a pleasure to have you here, whether you're watching live now, tuning in, or in the future. I appreciate you taking the time out to consume the content, so thank you. Today I'm going to give a little rundown of what I've been doing with regarding the game that I'm creating. I'm currently just learning game development as well as creating maps, levels, characters, and I'm going to bring it all together into one game. It will be blockchain based in the end. There will be NFTs based on it and within it. So the early NFTs will be just based on the game because obviously there's going to be no game. But once the game launches, there'll be in-game NFTs as well that actually function in the game. There's other games already out there. We'll showcase one of them later. I'll try and get the Six Dragons up. I've showed it before on another stream. It's a great looking game, great concept. Mine's similar, but it's a little different, so we'll get into that. A lot of games tend to be either first person shooter or RPG, MMO, as in your first person or third person. Some do merge it. Some tend to be tech based and realistic, while others take the fantasy approach with magic. So I'm looking to merge them kind of things. So got a bit of a dry throat today. Apologies. Sounds low. Thanks for shouting that off. Sounds low. Let's lift it up. Should be slightly higher now, but I'll try and keep the mic closer to me if that helps. Just gives a shout. What's up, Chad? What's your thoughts on Gala Games? I think anything from Gala Games to Engine Multiverse to Wax to Cogs to anything based on blockchain has got potential to be revolutionary in the creativity and imagination of the people putting it together. NFTs and art first and foremost is easy half of the time. Look at that picture there on my screen. It's a guy sat on the moon with a Carlsberg looking at the earth. Now, with a week or two, a day or two, however long tutorials, that becomes easy to create. But the creativity to think of it in the first place is what separates the true artists from the people who are capable of doing it, but they don't. Hello. Word. Yes, from Paris. Nice. Right, so let me get Photoshop open and bring it in. Because I've got a bit of the moon there. And obviously, it's big, the moon. So we're just in a little area here. Can't really see much. So if I opacity that to 50%, it means you can see through it. You've seen the small map underneath then. We're in this area of the moon basically. If you have a quick look at them craters there, that line of craters, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 little ones. I've copied this on a height map to be my level map. So eventually in the full game in the future, if we have a full moon that's the actual moon, I've started on just this area. So there it is. As you can see, we've got big crater with a slightly little one inside it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 3 together, 5, 6, 7. So it's exactly the same part of the moon. We did a height map to bring that into the landscape. Don't need to save the changes to that, get it out of the way. And there's the height map basically. It was too aggressive on the whites and blacks. So we actually we had to adapt it a little bit, but it's ended up with this. So this is the world that and level that I'm currently creating. And again, it's the moon. I've done a little bit of painting. We've not spent too much time on it, but we'll just zoom in here. And it's actually quite big. There's a door. When we come in, we need to slow down. It's worth just taking the time to slow down rather than jigging about rapid and the belly being able to move. There's a playable character. You'll notice that he's got a little bit of energy protruding from the palm of his hand. So this is looking magic based. If we play this at the moment it looks like a magic based game, and apologies if it doesn't actually play. I might have some problems during this video because the graphics card is going to be ill with trying to render this level as well as stream the video. So apologies. Hello June. Apologies if the quality drops. So we've got a player we can run around with in first person. He can jump in the air. He can he does a little moonwalk. We've not done his turning on the spot animation yet, so he turns in a moonwalk. You can do a heal spell. So if you watch, he's got his health, his shield, and his energy. So if his health went down and he did a heal spell, a spell in a magic game, that he uses a little bit of his energy and it will give him health back. But we're merging the magic based system with technology because it's futuristic technology. He's basically, you could argue, he's pulling energy out of his arse. And giving himself health. So it's an ability through technology. So we're going from there on the moon, and we'll introduce the NPC I've got planned for first is actually down here. Little zombie guy in this crater. So again, we'll drop the speed. So these are going to be, this will be an NPC. Now, as you can see, I'm currently putting the game together, building characters, building NPCs. Now, if I just go over to my test map within Moon and open that one. So the Moon will be the level, but you can just create other maps and you can create other levels. So I could put a doorway on this. And when they find a key card, or they get access to a key card, they approach the door and it finally lets them in. And it actually takes them to a different map level, and they can do what would be called a dungeon in MMO and stuff. Then, for instance, this, if I were to walk through one of these gates from that world with nothing but a gate like that in the mountain, they walk into the gate, they get in the middle, and then there's another gate there that needs a key card. But once they walk through, they're in a volume then, and the volume takes them to the next level. We can do stuff like that, but this is what I wanted to show you. As we build characters and we build NPCs, non-player characters, playable characters, NPCs. So we've got the first playable character there. We've got some Paragon Wraith assets. So these are full playable Paragon Wraith assets. They're not set up. We need to reverse engineer them. But you can see we've got an asset. It's actually there. What we can do within these assets, if we go to the Paragon Wraith and we open the character and the hero and the Wraith, and we can get the ITF Wraith, and it brings up the blueprints of how this Wraith works. Now, I'm on a blueprint only at the moment because I don't really know C++. I don't know C++ at all, to be perfectly honest. But this engine runs off C++. But some genius out there came up with this node and blueprint system, which basically does a little bit of, as far as I'm aware, does a little bit of C++ in the background for you, but it can get congested quite quick. For instance, event tick nodes. There's an event tick node that pings off every frame. So if you're doing an 100 frame per second game, you're going to have 100 event ticks pinging. So a little bit of code and compression can actually help there. But anyway, back to what I was going to do. We've got the Wraith character, and you can see he's in an animation, and we've got other animations for the character. going to animations. Here's an animation montage. So I've actually got an ability montage here. I'm going to click that one. And it's going to come on a little ability montage, and it's an attack. So I don't necessarily want an attack. I want a pose, really. Or even fire, but right, let's talk about emotes. Emotes. And I don't know emote. Right, here's the perfect thing to get into. So, in current games at the moment, you have emotes and dances, and when you see a player online in a game, you can wave at them, you can do all the standard ones, and then they'll introduce fancy ones as in-game rewards or a marketplace purchasable item within the game. The kind of thing that's going to become an NFT and is becoming an NFT, because in some of the good games now, to get the better emotes, you actually have to buy the NFT to get the emote. So what's that basically doing is taking this file on the front end of the game and putting it within a blockchain marketplace and having someone purchase it, and then when it's added to their game, it activates this animation within their character. You will end up with people owning full characters, different animations. Do you want? It gets a little bit. We have to take a step back and breathe a little bit at one point. So, yes, Florida in the house, Kevin. If we move away from in-game assets at the moment, something that's actually going to work as an in-game asset, either an emote or a key card that you just purchased to get through a door, or a brand new weapon skin to make your weapon look gold. If we put them aside for a minute and just imagine we want this character in this pose stood on a crater of my map, and I'll show you how it can look actually. And there's absolutely no reason this can't become a digital digital NFT as a piece of art, just like Boss Logic and all the rest of them are doing now. So we took a static picture there of the Paragon Wraith over a crater, and that's good enough to be an NFT based on the game I'm creating. It won't work in the game. It doesn't interact with the game. It's just a picture of a character that will be in the game. They will be the early NFTs that I release regarding this game. We've also got this little line here that you can see. I've not got round to working this out yet, so apologies for not being able to show you exactly how this will work, but we've got a little cinematic camera, and you can see that I'm on the camera behind that wraith at the moment. So if I flick to this camera, we get a more cinematic view. We can actually run an animation on the level. Go to do a cinematic. Again, I've not really figured out how to do this yet, but we'll create a cinematic. We'll have a montage put in. Can actually drag a montage on the level. Jesus, what's going on here now? Can you play it? Right, so they're just all going to stand in the pose. It's give me the playable character, you see. But see that montage there? He's just repeating what I've done. Escape. It's actually fine. There's actually no decent created montages. This is what I mean by you have to reverse engineer it. We could just keep adding these and have loads of them all lined up, right? And actually go in. If we actually went into this and actually change the mesh settings. So within the fire slow montaging, we've got a mesh that dictates this montage, and we can go to the skeleton and we can add sockets. We could put a socket at the end of the gun, go to the mesh, add a bullet that comes out of the gun. We could add extra animation and particle effects to that weapon, and then have a load of the other ones facing, all shooting at each other, doing all the little animations. You could even set up a couple of them running at each other and getting ready to brawl, but they don't quite get there, like the classic advert. But if you see these now, these are all getting ready for battle, mate. These are like, yo, we are on it, mate. You get there. He's proper commanding him at the front there. He's the commander, innit? Clearly the commander, while the rest of them are just like, boom, there's actually 2 commanders. I should have left one of them off, and it'd have looked better. But you can see how we can start jigging them up, putting them in some decent terrain. We can send a cinematic cam. In fact, let me move it away from it. Oh, no, I didn't want to move the camera. I want to move the rig. And then I want to... No, I'm still on the rig. See, we're getting used to it, guys. But you can see how Unreal Engine is absolutely incredible in the way you can jig and rig scenes to create animations. So we would actually put that there. And if I'd have spent the time to figure this out, we could have put the camera can face them, and it will always face whatever you target at after you've played it, apparently. And then when we play that, then that camera's gonna swing. When we play an actual cinematic scene and not the game, this is playing a level. When I play a cinematic scene, the camera swings round and could capture the fight. That's then a GIF NFT, a video NFT. Not, again, doesn't interact with the game. It's got no bearing inside the game, but it would be a piece of art based on the game with characters from the game. It's scratching the surface. This legitimately just scratching the surface of generic art. Like, people have generic art on the walls. I've got a Batman there. I've got a load of other Justice League characters over there. I'm a proper geek. Even I've got art on the wall. Why wouldn't you have something like this that's actual NFT? That's what people will be doing. And then the next stage is obviously keeping it in that same not related to the game, but about the game. We could adapt these meshes. These are all made in Blender and all 3D meshes. You've seen the skeleton. It's movable. We've got a skeleton. We can actually animate the character ourselves. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Stop it, Scott. But you know what I mean. We can clearly animate the character ourselves. We can put him in 3D poses. Like I've said, we can add animation and particles. It's how I did. If we now go into third person blueprints with third person character. So that's how my third person character has been set up at the moment. That's what is already on it to basically make a generic character move around. You get that straight away from the third person character game mode. If we went in first person character game mode, you'd get that. But there's what I've actually added and learned how to add. And I honestly could only add probably 50% of it now without still looking at the videos. There is a couple of times that I actually forget, because these are floats and booleans, and you just forget what you're taking from what and what you plus into another. The best thing I found to do is just go through a tutorial, make a character, then just delete it and start again. And the more I'm doing it, the more I'm remembering. If I just did one and kept it, I wouldn't remember how I created it. So if we go to the viewport of this one, you can see our particles attached to his hand. You can see the light that's moving the light on the front of his body. So that blue light there is basically attached to the hand socket on the skeleton. The energy particles are attached to the hand socket on the skeleton, and it's all done within the meshes. Patient 7 meshes. Basically, it's absolutely incredible. We changed the colour. So we legitimately, he come with orange and then we made it blue. We can tweak it however we want. It's absolutely incredible, basically. So if I go back to the moon now, you can see how easy it is to add stuff to the scenes and create NFTs for them. I'll tell you, over the last couple of weeks, this has absolutely blown my mind, this engine. Again, it's going to be a little laggy at times. It might even crash. As long as this crashes and YouTube doesn't crash, it's all good. All good. I may have been watching you for a few years. On a side note, I'm sure. No BG123 and people like Barry Chugs. Nah, mate. None of that inside conspiracy. I don't care anymore. I don't care. I just care about internet of value and what it can do for the world, mate, and how it can improve people's lives. Not just us who are sat here in front of flat screen TVs and that, but people who can only dream of having a flat screen TV at the moment. Maybe by 2030, everyone has got a flat screen TV and everyone has got access to create worlds like this. We're creating a world. You're creating a world. People are going to sit there. You could tell your mates, like, oh, I'm creating a world and writing a story and blah, 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 and a few of them laugh and that, and you think, well, you laugh at J.K. Rowling, who became a billionaire off a world she created. You laugh at George Lucas, who became a billionaire and touched millions of people's lives off a world he created, a universe he created, a whole galaxy, mate, in Star Wars. Some of these creators legitimately give people places to escape from. You can see I've actually done a little bit of sculpting, so I've added a few paths and stuff like that, so I can actually run around without having to jump and bump. But let me just play this. For instance, I don't even really need to be on an animation to get let me close it. Edit. Project setting. In fact, I don't actually need to do it there, do I? Don't need to do it there. I can do it in third person. Character movement. Is it? No, it's third person character. Use controller rotation. Now he's gonna walk a little funny here. He's gonna walk a little funny. But I want to be able to move the camera. Like that. Oh no, he's walking. Oh mate, set the blend space up, okay. Usually if you did a 2D blend space, like you had the backwards motion still on, like if you didn't have running that, like, yeah, at first it doesn't do that. When you add a character, it does on the main one. I've not added sprint. Should have added sprint. I just want him on the rock. I want him at elevation. Just to show that, like, during the game while I'm just testing, like, this is how I got the Paragon. This is how I got the Paragon one, so I'm going to stand in there, the crater in the background. And then I'm going to bring him towards me. I'm going to pan the camera a little bit. I don't want that building in on the right. And I'm gonna make sure I press the right buttons. I don't want that open, actually. Give me another one. What am I doing? Quick access. There it is. There it is. There it is. Edit and create. Edit. 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 Now, that is just from a flaming print screen. Imagine the detail in that shot if you spent a little bit more time on a landscape, a little bit more time on where the light is. You maybe put a reflector this side so you can see his obliques that are facing us. You get a little bit of detail in the front of his body, and you set the cinematic camera up to take the picture. That right there is what I'm going to release as one of the first NFTs. Pictures like that are related to the game, they're about characters in the game, they feature characters from the game, they feature locations from the game, but they've got no bearing or no interaction on the game. What we need there is basically we just need a little bit of knowledge and know-how really regarding how different tokens and different NFT platforms, should we say, can actually be integrated into this system. Now, if I go to plugins, I can't remember the name, so I'm literally just going in a wind here. Unified APIs for cryptography functionality provided by the platform. Right, let me just goggle it. I mean, I remember seeing one on a video. Like I say, I've just not looked into it yet, but I know a few of them have done it. There's a crypto plugin. I need to find it. It might actually not be on here, it might be external. Etherlink for UE4, what share a project which will allow you to interact with a third blockchain from Unreal Engine. It's open source and free. There's built-in VR multiplayer support and lots of features. Why you may need this project? You want to add additional source of income to your project without any relatives to third parties. You want to store some data on a third blockchain and use it in your project. You need to implement some logic, blah, blah, blah. Interesting. So a little disclaimer here now, because a few people might be thinking, fucking hell, Scott's done all right creating them assets there, hasn't he? Like, learned that in just whatever amount of time. Like, no, there's a library on here, and I'm gonna show it you in a minute. Let's get rid of the plugins. Let's get rid of the character. Let's get rid of this actually. Let's get rid of this. Let's save what we've done, because we didn't really change much. We moved the camera about and that, and added a load of stuff to the test map. But we're looking like Minecraft there before it renders the shaders in it. Don't ask me how this engine works with building landscapes and that, but we got a moon going on. Let me close this and let me go to the Epic Games launcher. This is where we get the assets. So if I close that off, the search, this is the vault I've currently downloaded now. Most of this is for future levels and for future scenes and stuff like that. Just so we've got grass and stuff. Anyone wondering why I started on the moon is because the landscape's easier and plainer to create. I only had to do a simple texture of dirt dirty rock and rock, and I add moon texture. On the earth, you need to worry about waters, rivers, lakes, grasses. It's ridiculous. The increase in detail from a body, and like the moon to something like the earth. So we've got all these assets, and again, some of them are purchased in the marketplace and they're not actually that expensive. Well, some of them are, but some of them are ridiculously cheap. You've got some free this month, so occasionally they're free all month, and their brand. I mean, do we want a dog? Do we want a dog? Like this, that's an £83 dog. Damn. One sec, guys. Sorry. 32 new animations. Local animations, left and right. Look animations, death and poses. Male German Shepherd animation. Male? They really went that far? They really went that detailed? All animations available with and without the root motion. Interesting. Well, sealed to epic skeleton. Yes. Rigged. Yes. Right. I need to get that. I can't mess. I don't know if I need a dog in my game, but I need something that's usually £83 and now free in my life. I get to Can you imagine getting to next month and thinking, do you know what? I won't mind a dog in my game. It's 83 quid then. Yeah. Yeah. Unreal Engine is unreal. It's unreal. The name is genius. Epic Games. It's absolutely genius. Do you know the only game they don't share source to is Fortnite? Every other game Epic Games do, they share the source. Even Infinity Blade shared everything. You've got Icelands, weapons, warriors, temple, grasslands, hideout. We've got some effects. Where do you think the thingy came from? I bought effects packs. You think I sat on After Effects and created all them effects in a week? Nah, we had landscape to build, bro. This is absolutely unbelievable. And Paragon Megascans. So Epic Games and Unreal Engine purchased Megascans, the company that had created a load of textures, meshes, and all sorts. Epic Games created the company and released all the assets for free. Can you see how much Megascan stuff's there, man? Dude. Damn. I can't. My PC's not even big enough to download all this. Do you realise that? I've got so much free stuff. I have to pick and choose what I actually want to bring to my PC because there's too much of it there. Twinmotion. They purchased Twinmotion or own Twinmotion apparently. So they've got all their assets as well. There's absolutely a ridiculous amount. These Paragon assets. There's the Paragon Wraith. All these Paragon assets are free assets. It was a game 3 years ago. People were actually playing it. It was abandoned so they could spend more time on Fortnite. Let me just show you something. Regarding the skeletons, we can come to something called Mixamo. Add the skeleton. There's the zombie I created before, so I was pulling animations for him. That was the infected guy that you saw on my moon. There he is in Mixamo, the place where I pulled him from. Again, free assets, free animations. You can upload a skeleton and put skins to that skeleton, or you can just grab the character. It's absolutely unbelievable. Again, something that really needs looking into and mastering off the team, shall we say. Where was I actually going? I was going YouTube. Don't think I've got Any volume running. Is the desktop volume? Let's check OBS. Have I got desktop volume? Audio output capture. Don't really need audio output capture on. I want to show you what the Paragon assets are capable of. It's absolutely incredible. And if I just come down, look, right. Look at this. This is unreal. Unreal. Tutorials, first person shooter, player in health, third person shooter, third person, all Unreal tutorials, Unreal. This has been my life for the last 2 weeks since finding out about it. Real talk. Real talk. Like, for the last 2 weeks, it's been nothing. But you'll notice that I've watched a few tutorials twice. Like I said, I deleted the player because it just felt easy to remember, creating them multiple times. I mean, yeah, we're going back. We're nearly last month there now. I want to show you what the Paragon assets are capable of. They come with no animations attached and all that stuff. But, as I say, it was a real game. The real assets from what was a real game. It got abandoned. There's the Wraith.
Is a graduate of Echelon, a special operations program, and was apprenticed to the only other graduate, Kalari. Though she specializes in assassination, he specializes in surveillance. Wraith is a recon specialist who uses high-tech tools to gather intel on his targets.
So all these animations around it, this character, are within that pack. All the particle systems, the hologram on his hand, everything is within that pack. And bear in mind, he's not the only character that comes with all this stuff. The woman next to him with a bow and arrow, she's there. You can use them all. The only thing is, this is quite magic-y, when it will be making them look a lot more tech-y. These characters need to be sold on the Epic website, basically, the Epic marketplace. They have to be in a game that's on Epic Game, that's on this, basically. If it's not on here in this Unreal Engine marketplace as the games, if it's not on their system, then you're breaking the license agreement. To use these assets, your game has to go on there. That is a little phaser regarding NFTs around these characters, and it's something that we will be tackling in the future and looking into. Can we create an NFT of a Paragon character that could potentially end up being sold on an external third party or an other marketplace other than the Epic Games marketplace? It's interesting. If you think about all the abilities these characters have got, the abilities themselves could be NFTs. You could have a baseline of abilities that are NFT, that are normal in-game assets that everybody gets playing for free. You can have a random probability aspect of drops within the game where everyone, if they play long enough, will get a special ability, a special skin, and a special weapon dropped to them, even if they only have the one of each and have to purchase any more they want. But beyond that, for special abilities, for unique skins, like that thumbnail there, the little sight thing that he's got there, that's an asset, a particle system within Unreal Engine that can be its own NFT. Just make your gun look better by the particle system NFT. Weapon particle systems. It's crazy. It's crazy. Absolutely anything within the game is going to be able to become basically an NFT. So I don't know where Six Dragons went. I don't know where it's actually stored anymore. And I'm not even going to bother finding out. Oh, no, Scott, it's the Six Dragons, mate. I don't know why this takes so long at times. Search my PC, mate. The Six Dragons launcher. Launching. Oh, don't go to screen one. Get over here. Shit. That's gonna do me out, innit? Oh, is that gonna... It is what it is, you know. When this loads up, I might just have to flip my screen on OBS. I'm gonna show you here now how keys to doors are NFTs. Basically, OpenSea.io, marketplace of multiple NFT platforms and assets. So if I bring this in here while I wait, oh, in fact, the game's gonna come on in a minute. Six Dragons NFTs. We've got a club. We've got an MFT that's a multifunctional NFT. It's like a multiverse NFT that allows you unlimited stuff for life and stuff like that. There is legitimately keys that you can pick up in the game, and they're selling for a ridiculous amount considering how much it was to actually upload them to the marketplace. Let me get one up. I've actually not looked into Infinity or the JumpNet yet either. Taking a while, this game coming on, innit? Oh, it's downloading a new version. So it happens when you've not been on for a while. Come on, son. Right. So we've got staffs that you're running around with a staff, and you'll notice that that's purple, and it says epic at the bottom. You have tiers in games. You have common, you have uncommon, common, rare, like super rare, legendary, epic. There's a legendary one. Yeah, rare. You can have super rare. They come in different tiers at times. I mean, that's a dragon. Quarter of an ether. 5 ether for the flaming battle axe thing. 4 ether. I mean, he's serious with these prices, man. I still can't get over this, mate. Where's the keys? Ah. Filter, Scott. Sort by price, low to high. The keys will be the cheapest, you see. Because they just drop straight away. The materials are cheaper. A staff. Cheaper than the... Where's the key? There are no keys for sale at the moment. Right, so I actually can't price a key at the moment. But we've got area crystal, 0.02 ether, a rare, an uncommon and rare area crystals, 0.02 and 0.03 ether. This download. Needs to hurry up. Because I want to show, like, it's basically the same platform running about, and there's going to be the same kind of assets coming. Yes, Ben. They'll, in fact, can we search multiverse or multiverse? pretty good about keys. I don't know. I can't remember whether they had a gem or area crystal. I've got material. But that's like, that essence there and that kyanite, that's legitimately just a crafting material that you'll pick up in the world. And anyone who's going to make a staff that has, say, a gem in the top, or you might need the gem to make a certain kind of magic, like that ring there, you got a ring that's rare. If someone wants to craft that ring for not and sell it for 0.13, they're going to need to get the items and gems and the metals and everything else that's needed to craft that ring. Then they're going to have to pay to upload it as an NFT. I'm interested to see what price this puts me at now, because I've got assets, you see, and I want to try and put them on the blockchain now and see if I've actually got enough money to do it. I don't think I will have, even with a jump net. We'll see if the fees are gone, because they said the fees are gonna go. I've closed Unreal, so it should just be opening soon. It's because it's a new version. Has anyone in the comments been playing any other games? I did. I had a little go of Ultiverse. I like the feel of that. It's just quite empty. There's not really much happening. Age of Rust, I don't even think has dropped yet. It was supposed to be out on Steam by now, Age of Rust, and it's not even dropped. I know Alien Worlds, Token and that smashing it. We got some. Is it TLM from Alien Worlds? I mean, you just go on and mine it. It's a little mining game. Legitimately just clicking buttons and getting TLM. Evening, Devon. Yeah, I mean, wrapping the house in a smart contract as opposed to digital NFTs. It's not the same, obviously, but it's similar. One's a physical NFT and one's a digital asset, but it's kind of just the same. It's tracking ownership and it's giving ownership. So I want people to understand that if we was playing another game and we're getting key cards and weapons and buying skins, and I said this to June the other day, right? So Grand Theft Auto, for a lot of gamers, has had a lot of money off them. If you've bought, now again, if you grinded and earned the money on the game, you could just purchase them with in-game currency. But if you didn't have time to play the game that much and actually become a billionaire in Grand Theft Auto, then you had to put money on it. Say like 30 quid and you got an helicopter, 20 quid you got a mint car, another 30, 40 quid you got a yacht. You kept putting money on like that. Now, if Grand Theft Auto's ever turned off the servers because Rockstar can't be bothered supporting it anymore, all them assets people bought are just gone. They disappear into the ether. Gone, mate. The value of them's gone. The money we spent on them's gone. And they just don't exist anymore. NFTs and digital assets within games, and games that are funded and supported and maintained by the people that play them, they will be around forever. For as long as the community exists, and so the NFTs, and then they're also got official ownership of the NFT. They can resell it on a secondary or third party marketplace, and it just gives more ownership to the consumer, the person who's actually purchasing, just like the house smart contract would. You'd feel like your contract of ownership over that house was more validated in smart contracts, but it's different because it's a physical asset. The house is always going to be there. When you put it in perspective of game assets that people have purchased, and in the end they could just It could just disappear like that if the servers are turned off. Then it becomes a little bit more easier to see the bigger picture of why a lot of game enthusiasts are super excited about in-game NFTs. And these are the ones mainly that work inside the game, and not just a feature of the game, a character. Like, you could have any World of Warcraft character on an NFT and it just be the character. It doesn't have to be the actual skin of the character. But then you could have an NFT that is the skin of the character, and whoever owns that skin can wear that skin within the game. I'm telling you, it's the future of in-game assets regarding ownership. It's the future of a hell of a lot more than that. I'm telling you, how do you fancy being the only person to own an NFT Easter egg within a movie, within a film? Now, we all know Easter egg. All the geeks know Easter eggs are in films, and an Easter egg is, again, just a hidden item. Easter egg, you hide the eggs. Easter egg, it's an item that you've hidden for someone to find. You're not going to bring a big sign like, here it is. But the first person who watches that film notices the Easter egg, spots the code, figures out the code, uses whatever code is given to then go online and purchase the NFT. You're talking a race to the server for people who've noticed it, and bish bash bosh bash boom, you've got a free NFT from the film, like, and you're the person who owns it. Can you imagine that kind of interactive in-movie NFT? It's just an Easter egg. Now, at the moment, we all just go online and buzz off who found the Easter egg, but imagine owning it. Ownership. That you found the Easter egg. You didn't just find it. You own it now. And again, it could be a picture on the wall in the film. You actually own the picture then. It could be a digital asset within the movie, not a physical picture, a digital rendering of a 3D mesh like we shown earlier. So a 3D skeletal mesh on a wall in augmented reality, and you own it because you saw it first and activated it. This is going to explode, guys. It really is. No, not even a lockdown, mate. This was always coming. The technology just wasn't there. For instance, FIFA Ultimate Team. So FIFA Ultimate Team is a collection of cards, and the Solana and other people are doing it now with the clubs. Can't remember what June said. Can't remember. Still on June. Drop that one that you shared about the Premier League stuff. But EA Sports FIFA Ultimate Team, we did a game as Ultimate Team, and you own the cards of the character, and they're introduced based on current form and stuff. So if a player within Europe has a game and scores an hat-trick and gets man of the match, you're going to get a sick shiner card dropped in FIFA Ultimate Team for him. And then people will be buying packs, buy packs, try to open the packs to get the Messi or to get whoever it is. Yeah, they just try to get it. Yeah, people used to get them and then go on eBay and sell them to other people. As far as I'm aware, FIFA have now put an end to that. You can't do that anymore. There must have been a way where you can sell them the ownership on eBay, and then you'd send them the card within FIFA. You mustn't be able to send the card for free within FIFA now or something. I don't know, but it apparently got stopped. But that is going to go massive. It's always been there within the game. Like I'm saying about Grand Theft Auto, a game I used to play called Mag. I used to smash Mag, me, and then spent several months off it, went back on it, and the server had been dropped. I'm sat there thinking, flipping, it's a good job I didn't buy any assets within that game, innit? Because it'd just be gone. We need ownership of stuff we purchase, whether it's a house or an axe in a game. It's just that some of the prices of the items within them games are getting absolutely ridiculous. Call of Duty. Well, Devon, think of the attachments. Not necessarily silencers and stuff like that. I mean the skins, right? Think of the skins. So when you was playing Call of Duty back in the day, the PS4, did they add skins on the guns by then when you're ranking up in it? And as you get to a certain rank, you unlock badges and ranks. You still own them. Because you would, if you was receiving them in NFTs, you could now show us somewhere that you actually have ownership of certain ranks within Call of Duty back in the day. Again, it's mind-boggling, and I jump too far into the future in it at times, where we need to just stay a little composed and just realize that legitimately at its core, it just comes down to ownership of something you've purchased. Now, within the creative community, a lot of it to do with artists is to do with copyright as well. It's actually up in the air quite a bit at the moment in it regarding the copyright and the laws around it and who's actually got the right to take what pictures and produce an NFT of it. I mean, it's early days. When people say it's the Wild West in crypto, they don't just mean the currencies, it's the NFTs as well. Cardano has seen its first NFTs recently, and they will not be the last. Make no mistake, right? Make no mistake. That platform's only just getting started, mate. Yeah? People need to have a good step back and look at what certain people are doing, because, like I say, the space is set to explode. It's no, but it didn't have to be online, Devon. I just mean like your rank within the game. As you ranked up in the game, you received skins for stuff. You could put camo. At level 15, you could put camo on your gun that you didn't have at level 10. And as you ranked up, you got better looking skins for your weapons and stuff. That's legitimately what we're talking about now. Like, imagine you just didn't get them for the levels, or you only got shitty ones for leveling up. And to get proper good looking ones, you have to purchase them. But when you do purchase them, they're an actual NFT that can be resold in a secondary marketplace. And over time, being early editions, are likely going to be worth a lot of money in the future. This game just doesn't want to open, does it? Ready for bed by the time this opens. I think we're 6 Dragons. Probably should have downloaded and made sure they had a newer version before, shouldn't I really? Can't even cancel it. Can it even cancel it? I'm excited in the future, I must say, to actually start playing the game I create. Now, I've been speaking to a couple of people. Now, what I'd like to do is hopefully by the end of this year, next year, although I don't want to put any deadlines on myself, I feel once I've set that zombie AI up and a character up, I should be able to release a zombie moon game, really, where people can just run around it, shoot zombies, and find bugs for me. So there's going to be a lot of craters that people can't get out of. There's going to be a lot of holes that people fall in and can't get out of. There might be places in the map where you can walk through a wall and we've forgot to put collision on a mesh, stuff like that. So we'll need people running around an alpha version to find all them bugs. So I'm going to try and get that version out as soon as possible. We just need to get the landscape finished, get a bit of AI finished, add multiple ones, add some areas, add some blockers so you can't run off the map. And then we'll all start running about it. I will at that point as well try and make it a little multiplayer if we can. But we'll see. We'll see. It will be free to upload as far as I'm aware on Epic Games. We'll do a little bit of research on that very, very soon. I'm hoping this just comes on now because I want to show these keys again. Whether June's had to nip somewhere or what, I can just tell her to go right to the end of the video, have a cheeky look at the 6 dragons, and she'll see me either putting an in-game item on the blockchain, or she'll see me not being able to afford it. So, see what happens. It looks nearly there, mate. Look, shared assets for. I'm actually recognizing some of these things now. Shared assets between the levels and the stuff. That's what it's like. Mate, anyone still in these comments and who was on at the start and saw me running around my moon, I want you to compare graphics and tell me if mine looks just as good as any other game, actually, especially this game, because I feel like some of them could be a little better. Oh, it is. It's on the other flaming. What the hell, bro? Let me get back on that screen. I can't remember, man. This is what happens when you have all your passwords stashed. I should probably just go and get them out. Yeah, what we're gonna do is do that on another video. I'm afraid we will do it on another video because I can't be bothered just sitting there while you're just sitting there. It's getting a little late now, so I'll get on it tomorrow and do a little video, not a stream. I'll do a pre-recorded video where I show some of the assets, see if I can get one on the blockchain, and we'll run it from there. Yeah. Ira, thanks for watching, guys. I will give updates. In fact, let me get the Discord, because I'm gonna start posting in there more the more progress I make, basically. So if I just get the link up to this. Chris online, yes, blood. Invite people. What are they hiding it for? There's a Discord link. Hit it up. Hit it up. And I will see you on the next one, guys. Remember, turn hobbies into revenue. This is what we're doing. Why I'm creating this game now. I got on Unreal Engine, found Epic Games, had a little play with it, and I just couldn't stop. I couldn't stop. I'm super enjoying myself. The creativity inside me has just gone blooming. When I get bored of the landscaping, I move on to character creation. When the character creation and the blueprints burns me head, I move on to writing the story and lore. And then when I get writer's block on the story and lore, we circle back to the landscape. And over time, we are going to create a world. Yeah, make no mistake. I will need developer help in the end. Like we say in it, no one wins alone. No one's ever won alone. Even world champions have coaches and teams around them. So we will be branching out for some developer help in the end. Specifically, someone who knows C++, as well as someone who's worked on Unreal Engine or 3D sculpting. and Blender before, because we'd like to make our own meshes and our own motion capture skeletons. So gonna need a little bit of help learning how to do that, because it will take a lifetime self-learning it all on YouTube and shit. But we're doing well, we're getting there, and we're not gonna stop as long as it's keeping us up till 1:30, 2 o'clock, when you literally don't want to go bed and you jump out of bed in the morning to start it again. You're buzzing, you're off work because you've paid the recent bills, and you're like, I can actually afford a few, like a little bit of time off at the moment with a recent pump and shit. So I'm actually buzzing. There's no work in this next week yet, or this week yet. So let's say I get to work on this even more. Then the little bit of work will come, and I'll drop back to this, and we will turn revenue into hobbies. Kung Fu Tuber. Respect. Yeah, wishing health and happiness to you and yours. Live long and hodl the lot, baby. You know it. You know it. Until next time, guys. Peace.